Hey, hey, Rambo.
Hey, hey.
How's it going?
All good, you?
I'm good. I'm just wondering if you're going through the World Cup withdrawal like the rest of the
Mm,
world.
finally over. Feel
Finally.
it's
Months and months and months and months. It feels like it was on for a year.
and
Jeez Louise.
and by the end of it, everyone was talking about how rigged it was, whether
Yeah.
it be that Argentina are cheating or that
hmm
Spain won it. Do you know?
Either
It's
way.
all
Either way, they were
yeah,
gonna, yeah.
being
Which
talked
is
about.
which is good, I'm thankful that either outcome is going to lead to this enlightenment, this understanding. Is it going to make people watch the World Cup less? I don't know. I hear they announced like 64 teams or something crazy for the next World Cup, or like even more teams, so even more games, even more rigged,
Yeah, it was just
scripted,
good to see everyone talking about like Messi, the ball technology, and then at the end of it all, this did you see this like nursery rhyme book or whatever that came out?
I
Like,
did. Yeah.
and it was number seven scoring the winning goal against Argentina. Like, my thing is, yeah, where do these books come from? Why did no one find this before the game or
Yeah.
anything? I don't know where these books come from
And
or
everyone's
how it
like,
gets found.
oh, look, the published date is before the fact. Well, all of that can be manipulated. You could list let's say, okay, how would they get that? How would they get a book appear to be published and available prior to the World Cup if nobody knows what the outcome of that will be? I think one of those ways is to get a listing for just about anything, have it up, and then swap out the details. And boom, you got a listing for a book that looks like it's been on there for ages and ages. You actually
And
just changed it was a book for gardening for the past 6 months. Then you just changed the title, changed the cover, changed the information. Now it looks like it's been there. And then there was a time too, like these tweets that appear to come from the past. There was a moment in time, I'm not sure if it's still available, but like there were these paid third party tweet decks and stuff that you could backdate your tweets. Like you could manipulate all sorts of things in you could forward future schedule posts, you could back schedule posts, you could make things look like you were pretty darn psychic if you just had the right maneuverings and the right apps and stuff. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of ways to manipulate these things that are seeming to be telling the future. What do you think,
or is
Rambo?
it just part of like the Matrix, whatever it is? Because you know what, when it started, a lot of people did go for Portugal, but they were never the favourites to win. Spain were the favourites all along with Argentina. And I
Yeah,
like to just go with like somebody who's not expected to win it just for the fun of it, right? But then it was all
sure.
about, if you remember, all I was talking about was like the Jota. I've talked about that for months. I don't know, that guy who died, who played for Portugal, World
Yeah.
21 and whatnot. And he died in Spain. So maybe from that moment, I should have seen it when Spain beat them. He died in Spain. So
Oh, there's
yeah,
something. There's
yeah, he
something.
died in Spain. Do you know what else got me right? Is in they had a halftime show, didn't he, in the final? The
Was
most
it Justin
boring.
Bieber? Was it? I didn't
It was
watch. I didn't
Bieber.
watch.
Tom Cruise did a big speech.
Yeah, a bunch of memes from
Tom
that.
Cruise, the
He's
weird
everywhere
bit is,
now.
Tom Cruise, his birthday is the date Jota died.
Ooh.
How's it all
What?
so coordinated, so perfectly? Like,
What?
is there a
Yeah.
reason they picked Tom Cruise for that speech? Because Jota died in Spain.
Yeah.
And if you look from that day when
Interesting.
I done the score of Portugal winning 2-1,
Yeah.
the most popular result was 2-1 after that.
Ooh.
Like,
You were
pretty much
setting the
every
tone,
game.
Rambo.
Yeah.
But they can't
And
give it to
then
you. They can't let you know that they can't let you think that you're on the right track. So yeah. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's over. There's a lot more to talk about though, but let me just before we get into the final, I do want to talk about a few things on the final match. The zero on goal for the whole game, zero on goal. Like what? I had to have like my husband
never
like
happens.
re-explain that to me. I was like, so what you're telling me, he like slipped that in real casually because I didn't see the game. And so I was like, give me the highlights. I asked him to give me the highlights because I didn't watch it. I was traveling back. And he just casually mentioned that Argentina had zero on goal attempts for the entire
Never
90
happened
minutes.
before, yeah.
Yeah. And
Never
I was like,
happened.
what? oh, but back up. He just said it real fast and then went on to the next thing. I was like, lift up. So you're telling me that in the entire gameplay, they kicked and 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 kicked, but they never kicked it anywhere near that darn goal? Never got to kick it towards the goal? And he was like, yeah, that's what it means. I was like, you, what? That cannot be normal. And bless his little heart. Bless his little heart. Even when things are so not normal, he won't go there. He can't go there. The closest he got was sending me that messy Yamal picture. And he was like, this is a little odd. And I'm like, yeah, you think? You think? But that's as far as his conspiratorial mind can stretch. But yeah, the zero, like that seems, and then how Messi was like missing all of his kicks in the warm up match, like in, like how they warm up before the game, and he's like just missing. He didn't make one kick in his practice, and it's like, okay, we're here to do one thing today. We've got one job. Foot, we've got one job. Get it into the net. I don't know. What else, Rambo?
It was about the passing of the torch, but beforehand, it was all about the number 19, this Yamal who'd been in the photo as a baby with Messi, and like how it was on the 19 set. There's a few. So like up to the final, he'd had, what was it, played 19 and scored 7 for Spain. Argentina had scored 19 goals against 7 opponents up to the game. It's like the number 19's been all over it for like the last couple of weeks. That's been my number. That's been just popping up in everything. Number 19, number 19. And then they had like them halftime shows and that. And then at the end of the fight, they had a fight. Did you see the fight? Like the players having a fight. They had a full-on fight on the pitch, like. And it was the one who scored against England, and there's like a meme of him doing this to the England fans, and he held up a sign. He's the one who got the red card. It was just all a bit. I don't know how it's coordinated, how it is, but
move your mic a bit closer to your mouth, Rambo. We're going to do a technical call real quick. Move that mic closer to your mouth.
I just dropped something on the floor, that's all. I'm trying to no.
Okay, pause. Get the thing on the floor.
Smoke, the end of my cigarette fell off
onto the carpet,
so I'm like, shit.
Okay, take a moment. Don't set your house on fire, okay? I noticed that there was something amiss over there. Get your fire situation. I literally have the word incendiary written down on my little notes. It's in quotes, incendiary, because it was used in a news article in quotes the other day. And incendiary means to like burn. So let's get that fire under control.
Yes. So going back to the England-Argentina game.
Yes, sir.
England scored in the 55th minute. That's when Maradona scored against England 40 years prior.
The hand of God one?
Yeah. And then they scored in the 86th to equalise, which was like the 86th, 1986, yeah?
Okay.
And then they won 2-1 like they did exactly 40 years ago. And it's like loops are showing. So in that kids' book we were just talking about, that they won 1-0. And in Maradona 1990, when they lost the World Cup against Spain, Maradona did, they lost 1-0. It's just like history's repeating itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got a few more predictions follow on that from that book just before we go on that. The day on the World Cup, when the World Cup ended, Kevin Keegan died, England's former manager. How?
Oh, on the same day? On the day of?
How's it so? Well, it's announced the day after, and it's when they die, they announce it to the public the day after.
Interesting.
So yeah, he died.
How did he die?
That day, cancer. But I've got a few things I've been building in my notes for him, right? But I'm going to save it for now because there's still a lot to go, but I like it a lot.
Okay, everyone's giving us a little teaser. Okay.
Yeah, and also how these coincidences, I'll go back through these coincidences. Now, I know this is probably not in order, but it goes into how I was saying about loops of things. So like, are we back in 2010, right?
Okay.
So, in that year, 2010 is when Spain last won the World Cup, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
In that year, they had 8 Barcelona players, which is rare considering all they had 8 Barcelona players. This year, Real Madrid in 2010 didn't win a trophy, which is strange. This
Hmm.
year, they didn't win a trophy. In 2010, Mourinho, who was like, Mourinho, the famous
Yes,
football manager,
Mourinho. I remember
was
him.
announced as Real Madrid's manager in 2010. And this year,
Jose Mourinho.
Jose Mourinho. And then this
Jose.
year, he just became Real Madrid's manager
He's got a good
again.
head of hair, if I remember right. Doesn't he have a good head of like
Yeah.
nice wavy long hair? I could run my fingers through that hair. Yeah. Carry on. Carry
In
on.
in 2010, Spain won the Euros. In 2026, they won the Euros. Then just before the World Cup.
Okay, so they're
In
back to winning.
the same in 2010 in the World Cup, the very first game was the very first game. Mexico was it versus South Africa was the very first game in 2010. It was the very first game in this one. Yeah.
Hmm.
Atletico
Mexico.
Madrid lost in a final in 2010, the Copa del Rey. This year, they lost in the same final.
Who did?
Yeah.
Which team? The
Atletico Madrid, a
oh,
Spanish team. Yeah. And
Atletico.
then it's in hang on. Hang on, I've lost my thing. Oh yeah, Shakira sang the World Cup anthem in 2010. She sang it in 2026. Spain got 0-0 in 2010 in the very first game of the World Cup. This year they got
Okay.
0-0. It's like we're
Okay.
back. And EA Sports, have you ever heard of them who
Yes,
create
of
like video
course.
games?
It's in the
So
game.
they've done the last 4 World Cup winners predictions before the World Cup. And
Yeah.
this year they picked Spain to win in 2010. They picked Spain to win. Like it feels like we're back in. And then one to add, because here's another pick I'm going to give you, and I'm going to add this in my Kevin Keegan part. So I'll just drop this now, just so it's here this way on early. That
Okay.
Manchester United won the league that year, 2010, and then this year they're going to win the league. Manchester United are going to win the English Premier League this year.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I mean, if we are in 2010, do you think that it's just sports related or okay? Let's
Could be
see.
everything
Let's
related,
see.
but I'm
Okay.
only focusing on
On the
sports.
sports.
But if I look around at other
Okay, let's
things,
do. Okay, here's the top 10 news stories from 2010. We had a WikiLeaks dumps. Well, we're also getting dumps from those Epstein dumps. Had a big earthquake in Haiti, so maybe like devastating natural disasters. Remember Chile's miner miracle where they like sent
yes,
the miners down? And wasn't that when people were calling like Elon Musk a pedophile or something with those Chilean miners? Or no, no, that was with the soccer team trapped in the cave. Never mind. Okay, never mind. I'm getting my human disasters mixed up. But yes, the Chile's minor miracle. Okay. Oh, all 33 miners came to the surface one by one.
oh yeah, I didn't know
33
that.
miners. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Well, that's pretty clear now. I had some attacks from North Korea. Oh, Iran's nuclear defiance. Oh, we're having some skirmishes with Iran. Seems kind of familiar. Oh, 2010 is when we got introduced to the vuvuzela. You remember that? Remember that crazy instrument that came out with the World Cup and it was like the
Oh yeah,
vuvuzela
yeah.
sound? Yes. So the vuvuzela emits 127 decibels. It's louder than
There was
sandblasting or
2010
pneumatic river.
Africa World Cup, was it? That's just
South Africa.
yeah.
Yep. Wow, a vuvuzela is louder than a pneumatic riveter. Like it's louder than industrial machinery. That is an attack on, that is an audio assault. That is an audio attack. We had some European terror threats. What else is new? No, I mean, it's just same old bullshit all day long. So yeah, I don't really know how the news stories are going to help us do that. It's going to be, you're right. It's going to be something more specific like the
Like
like
the
the
sports
soccer,
of
like the
things,
sports.
yeah.
Yeah.
maybe everything is linked to different loops of years, and sports
Right.
is.
Like politics could have its own arc, its own little loop cycle. Sports could have its own separate
I
loop
wanted to get
cycle.
onto that as well, but
Let's
we'll
do
wait. Yeah.
it.
But well, I wanted to
Hey.
talk about when you said, well, we'll go there now, and then
Rambo's excited.
I've got a few things. I mean, notes are all jumbled as well because I've been
I
typing them
like
and they're
it.
all jumbled up where I'm like putting notes in. But yeah, we've got a new prime minister. The Andy
Who?
Burnham guy became
Oh,
the
he's
Manchester
in.
mayor, is now the
The
new prime
mayor of
minister.
Manchester is now the freaking prime minister.
And have you seen him?
He's your guy. He's from
He,
Manchester. Okay, let me look. Let me look.
he looks exactly like Keir
Who?
Starmer, the one
Oh,
who's just gone, but
hold
with dark
on.
hair. He's like the same guy. Oh, uh, I feel like they've done it
Via
on
template.
purpose. He
Oh,
looks just
Burnham.
like him.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I have failed to spell his name right this whole time, and so now I'm just now getting to his
There's an
picture.
even funnier thing about his name.
Mm,
I'll tell you his name.
okay, hold on. Okay, yeah. It's
He's
the
got,
same guy with a different font. Yeah, same word, different font.
and do you know what I think strange? His
And those
name,
stupid little glasses, like a lot of his pictures, he's adjusting his glasses. Like, yes, I did just put on these character glasses. Oh, okay. Tell me, Rambo, what's his name?
his name is
Mhm.
Andy Burnham, but
Sure.
his middle name is Andy Murray Burn, like the tennis player Andy Murray. I
His middle name
never
is
knew it.
Murray.
Yeah.
Andy Murray Burnham. What?
It just got me when I seen his name come up like Andy Murray. I was like, Andy Murray, that
Okay,
Andy
who's
Murray
this
Burnham.
Voldemort looking fella? Okay, John Healey. He's the ex-chancellor of the Exchequer. I don't know what that word is, but he looks like Voldemort, like 100%. I wish I could share this with you. Maybe I can. Hold on. I'm opening up the chat for the first time in our. We don't. I don't even know how to do that. Is there even a? Hold on. Chat. Look at this. Look at this fella. Did you see the Harry Potters? Did you see the Harry Potter movies?
Yeah, the Voldemort.
That's Voldemort. Look, he doesn't even have a
Oh, it
nose.
is. He's got the same shaped face and
He's
everything. And what's his
yeah.
name? John Healy, did you say?
John Healey. He's the newly appointed Chancellor of the Exchequer. I've never heard of that word, Exchequer. Maybe that's a typo. Exchequer. Oh, it's the Treasury, the National Treasury. So he's the new Chancellor of the Treasury.
The first thing he done is come out and announce all these
Voldemort.
cuts, and it all sounds, wow, he's doing all this, he's taking VAT off and it adds up to now. The household saving that is announced is £3.40 a month.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, $60 a year. Big
Yeah,
savings.
it makes it sound all technical and great, and really, it's like, it's not worth
That's
it.
why
But
this Voldemort character has been included in this new thing because it's all about his like, yeah, all about this new Andy Murray Burnham's obsession with getting the budgets in check. So interesting. All of these characters, like this guy looks like the old guy, the new money guy looks like Voldemort. It it's
and the
getting a little
next one
too.
is
Oh
another
my
Andy
God, look at this side by side. I'm sending you another image,
of
Rambo.
Voldemort side by side.
No,
It's
this
the
one is
same.
the Andy Murray.
Yeah,
It's the
it's a
Andy Murray. It's the
double
same
of him.
guy.
I think they want you to think he's brothers, but or some relation, but I'd say it's the same guy. I reckon it's the same
It's the
person.
same fucking guy with new glasses and a bad dye job.
Yeah, he's had his hair dyed. It's just
He's
other
had
than
his
that,
hair
it's
dyed.
literally the same guy.
This is a little okay.
Andy Murray, Keir Starmer, same person.
Okay, Rambo. This is one of those things where it makes me wonder, and I think I already know the answer, but it makes me wonder, is it always this obvious? Has it always been this clear? Or
Are they making it this
or is
clear?
it
Because
making it more clear?
you
Oh,
could show that picture anybody and they would go,
twins.
they do actually. Do you know?
You know what? It's the
Maybe
same guy. You know what? That's the same one. Same guy. Different glasses. Little bit different haircut. One's they didn't even part the hair on a different side. It's the same hairstyle. They didn't even like comb it over the other way. Just comb. They won't know. They'll never suspect. Just comb it the other way. Nobody will ever think that you've done something so wacky as to comb your hair the opposite direction. Oh my gosh, it's the same face. It's the same face. Not even trying. I have to think I have this weird feeling that everything is at the level it's always been. It's not any more ridiculous. It's not any more clear. It's always been this ridiculous. It's always been this obtuse. It's always been this clear. There is just a shift in our visual acuity and our recognition. Kind of like when we look back at the moon landing, 1969, that looks so cartoonish to us, to our eyes, but to our folks' generations, to everyone that was witnessing it at that time, they saw the same bullshit. They saw the same D-list or D-rate budget, not even special effects. It's basically things like floating around attached to a string, like the most low rent effects that you could possibly imagine. That's what they were being presented with as like the space landing, as a moon landing. And it looked good to them. It looked good enough to them. It looks still good enough to many people to be able to watch archival footage and go, yeah, I buy that. I buy that. That tracks. That all tracks. It all checks out. Oh, we lost the technology. That tracks. Can't go back. Lost the technology. They're happy with that. Satisfied with that explanation. I just think that like there is no change in the external. The only change is happening in the internal. The change is happening within us. Like we're able to see better than we ever have, and that's why things look so wonky. What do you think, Rambo?
Definitely. But then with this next thing now everybody's pointing out as well is another 1919 charges.
Bring
Andrew
it.
Tate. Andrew Tate. But everybody's sending me this. People who aren't conspiracy or anything like, oh, look, his head's gone. Oh, look, the security guards just disappeared in front of his eyes and his neck.
Where does Shoe go?
Where did Shoe go? And he had the purple shirt on.
Of course he did. That women's outfit, that lovely cropped women's number that he was wearing. Yeah.
And in the casino, he had the one with the missing head. He had a woman's top on again, He's been part of this podcast for a while, hasn't he? I blocked off Andrew Tate on both Twitter and Instagram.
He blocked you?
Yeah, because I was tagging him in stories and stuff.
Andrew Tate blocked Rambo?
Yeah,
that is a badge of honor. He's just jealous, Rambo. He saw you and he's like, oh, I'll never be that. I'll never look like him. Oh, Rambo's the real one.
I've had a few messages, saying, oh, he's dead. He's died years ago. But he's been part of this for a long time. And what if he was just never real? And that's what they're kind of showing us, that we've been being influenced, or all these people who tell us that are influenced by him are being influenced just by AI.
He would be a really wonderful one to reveal that. I feel like his character is so large and has such wide recognition and seems so legitimate in the fact that like we're witnessing him being like we've seen him get arrested in nearly every country there is, right? Like there's some he's always
speaking the truth.
He's always getting nabbed by the law wherever he goes because he's a truth speaker. Yeah. And so what he likes, trapping younger women for his sexual proclivities and keeping them locked up and trapping them. That's the story too. Like, yeah, he's a truth seeker and also a human trafficker. All of this is just part of the silly narrative. But like, he would be a good one to be exposed in this vein of what is not just Andrew Tate, but is a whole slew of completely unreal influencers. Entirely unreal. We know
they exist. They tell us that there's influencers with millions of followers that are just AI.
Yeah. Yeah. So and they seem to have rich, robust lives. If you're tracking their happenings and doings, these completely unreal influencers, they appear to be going on vacation here, traveling there, hanging out with, it appears it appears to be quite rich, the life lived, and none of it is real. And I think that is 100% Andrew Tate. Like, it appears to be quite a man of mystery, quite a showman of many sorts, and yeah, and a bad boy, a real bad boy, and he's getting a real ladies' man, he's all these things.
The link to him being real is that he was put in Big Brother, a reality TV show in
Yeah.
2017, I think it was, that he was in it. He was in 2017's Big Brother, but I don't know if anybody remember. Could they just add him in? They could easily just add him in and go, would you mind think, oh yeah, I remember him now?
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
And then he gives us his fake boxing career or whatever, his fake kickboxing. But it's not to say they don't have a realistic lookalike who does
appear
as him. Yeah, me. And then he had a boxing match not long ago, didn't he? Probably 6 months ago. He was on the Misfits boxing and he got beat up. So off like this guy who looks like he's never done it in his life. And that was kind of like another tell of that he was never the boxer that we thought he was going to. The actor wasn't the boxer.
Oh, Andrew. Yeah. And Tristan, his brother, like, how long is this little duo gonna be dancing across our timeline? I don't think they have much time left. I think we're kind of witnessing the end of the. So yeah, the most recent arrest that was in Miami. Yeah, they were at some hot spot in Miami, some casino or something, getting, they had the headless security guard, like you said, a guy that was standing behind the poker table who literally had no head. There's no other way to say it. He was like missing the render, just missed the head. Headless man. And then outside of the venue, his foot kept going in and out of the frame. His foot would disappear and then come back in and then disappear and come back in. It was
security guard vanished and then come back, then vanished just in front of our eyes. And the comments get me again. Is it the bots or is it people? You obviously never worked in camera work. You obviously don't know how cameras work.
So many of that I didn't understand the technology. Oh, you must not know anything.
Tell me you've never worked in cameras without telling me you've never worked in cameras. You get that comment, don't you?
Yeah, got 1,000 of those. Absolutely, got 1,000 of those. And the thing that gets me is I do work in this technology. I do. I post. Okay,
you literally do.
It's literally what I do. Okay, so I got a ton of those too, and I think they're bots. I think they're bots that are just because I got a ton of. Okay, so this one, boycott X was the name. And he said, "When you just don't understand the technology." ... And it was I had posted a still of Andrew Tate's shoe disappeared, and posted the timestamp of when it appeared like that, and I just said absolutely unreal. That was my only comment. And then he said, of course I don't understand the technology, blah, blah, blah. And I said, as a way to I was like, I do understand the technology. And, I was like, it could have been inner frame compression. It could have been motion vector error. It could have been occlusion handling, could have been low resolution sampling, but that's not what we're exploring here. Sure, we could write it off as these glitches. Sure, but we're going beyond that. We're going beyond this. And what I hate is nobody is pointing out how poor quality these videos are.
The worst.
It's 2026. And these videos, and they all seem to have the same strange cartoonish resolution. You know what I mean? What?
I know what you mean. It's kind of blurry.
It's a weird blur. I'm thinking of so many of these videos from tragedies and bystander. I've never seen an actual phone video that records in that particular tone.
Not even as a filter.
Mm-mm.
And no one's pointing it out. No one's saying, hang on, let's say it is a glitch, whatever. Why does it look like that? Yeah.
Are you filming on a BlackBerry from 2009? What's happening here? Yeah, it doesn't, the quality feels uniform on these particular videos. There's something about the quality of the video itself that is the same. Yeah. It's I don't yeah. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining it, but like you know it when you see it. These videos that get shared as like legitimate bystander videos, they just the everything just looks like almost like 8-bit. It's hard to explain, but it's got this very low resolution quality to it that I can't replicate with my iPhone. Samsungs don't do that. Like what model are you guys? Are you guys on those Huawei phones? Like what's going on? I thought we outlawed those, you know? What's going on? Yeah.
Is
Where's
that
that filter? Where's that TikTok filter?
and yeah, I feel like I've come out the traps today a bit too excited. I got everything muddled up, everything. I've calmed down a little bit now. But the comments reminded me of when I posted about the football technology in the England match. Did you see the ball like
Tell
going the
us.
other way and stuff?
Tell
So
us. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it happened more than once. So I used one
And
example
Rambo's
of
been
it.
on
The
this technology on the ball for years.
very first
Yes, from the
day I
very
ever
beginning.
spoke on a
Yes.
podcast.
Oh my God. Wow.
And they're saying there's technology in the ball now. And so it happened 3 times in the England versus Argentina match where they
Yeah.
kicked the ball. I used an example where people go, oh, it's got backspin. And the first comment said, you've never played football. Tell me you've never played football in your life or not. I played it for 20 years and I was a goalkeeper and I never seen that happen once, ever.
Wow.
The ball rolling away. So it had been kicked forward and then starts rolling away from the goalkeeper. And it happened 3 times in that game, and one of it happened when the ball went out, it rolled back in.
That seems to break a few of those laws of thermodynamics. You know what I'm talking about? Those physics laws that simply can't be broken, object at
Backspin,
rest, you know,
backspin.
change in direction, all that stuff. Seems, yeah. That one
That's all it
that one
got. It's
should make someone
backspin.
go, hmm,
You'd think, but yeah, it gets a lot of those. Tell me you've never played football in your life. You know,
okay,
I,
what is that? You know, is that isn't a, it's an effective rebuttal because it kind of, even for me, it's, I know that I will come back with a, a quality response, but even for a second, I'm like, oh, it kind of gets me because it makes you want to prove, you know, like it makes you want to, there is
I don't
something,
reply.
yeah,
My new thing on social now is post and then close it, close the app and go back on
you're
a
better
few
for
hours
it,
later. And I
Rambo.
don't
Yeah.
answer to any comment, good or bad, because I just can't I don't want to get into it. I've posted it and it's my post, and that's the end of
Mhm.
that. Do you know?
That's the healthy way to do it. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to argue it can get to you, and when you realize you're arguing with a bot that's got every answer that's going to jab you to answer again with
Hmm.
something else, because that's what they do. That's like a poke to say, yeah, tell me you've never played football
Yeah.
before.
It
Like,
is a poke
I'm
for
not going to
sure.
tell someone, well, I played it for 20 years, guys, at half decent level, but and I've never seen that in my life. You know, it's just like you with the camera work, like
Yeah.
you
And of course,
literally
I
do
fell
it.
for it. I was like, yeah, let me show you in my response that I actually do know the technology. But we are
Yeah,
exploring
never
something beyond.
reply. Good or bad. I don't reply because I'm not on so
Yeah.
I post. And the only time I probably will reply is if I've had a couple of beers or something and I'm like, yeah.
Rambo's had a couple of bit. How those beers treat you? What was the, I know that you had a little celebration with the lads. Did you feel it the next day from the all the
Yes.
soccer?
Well, it got a bit out of control.
Football?
It ended up for like 3 days on a run after that. But
Oh,
and then the final as well.
Rambo.
We went out for the final on the Sunday, but I was off work on the Monday, so it didn't really matter. I didn't feel it. I got to sleep it off. But I literally today is my first fresh day since last week, I'd say. But
Okay.
because of like the after effects, like you say, I feel like is
Yeah.
it because I'm getting older? The after effects are hitting me more, or
Ugh, yes.
is it because I never stay up really late? I'm always home by kind of midnight, really midnight time.
Hmm.
But yeah, the after effects. Maybe today it's like why I'm so hyper with it because I've been kind of brain dead for the last few days
He's
and
coming
just
back
making notes.
online.
Yeah, I've been making notes, and when I'm
Mhm.
looking at my notes, you can tell that I have not been fully conscious making them because I've been making them, but they're not in any order, and even I'm struggling to understand my own notes, and I never really do that.
That's how my notes are. They don't make sense to any. Yeah, you've seen my notes before. Like they're
Yeah,
completely illegible. They're just like written all up. Most of them are upside down. Most of my words are actually upside down. I don't know how. I don't know how she thinks she's gonna follow that bullshit because who knows what's
but
going on
yes,
there. I'm like,
alcohol,
who am
no
I writing these notes for?
good.
They're yeah. Ooh. Well, I had a little bit of a reset. A little bit of reset. I went out of town this weekend, visited my college bestie. We became fast friends in college, and we have remained friends ever since. And she lives in Madison, Wisconsin. Great, an excellent town. Such an excellent town. Went out to visit with her for a few days. We did kind of like an adult summer camp. We did all sorts of outdoor activities, hiking. We did two separate state parks, hikes. We did Mirror Lake State Park on one day and then Devil's Lake State Park on the other day. And we went to the farmers market and all sorts of just kind of fun. It was a low key, very nature forward weekend, just a reset, just it just let me I'm in a weird time, not a weird, and a beautiful time really, where I have focused. You guys know that in the past, I guess, year or so, really, I've been focused on my friendships, my female friendships specifically, as something that I'm understanding as very meaningful and requiring of intention and nurture. It's not just an accident that you have these people in your life and you need to be very intentional. And making new friends is, one thing, but then nurturing existing friendships is another. So I loved the opportunity to nurture an existing friendship. And we just had such a great time, just laughing and talking and catching up. And
Refreshing for the
it was
brain,
very
isn't it? Yeah.
refreshing. And she doesn't drink, and so that made it very easy for me to continue along. I'm not trying to get out there and party hard. So, we had a very healthful, we made a lot of our own meals and ate very healthful, food from the farmer's market, fresh, 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 fresh. And she's a very healthful gal in general. And sometimes when you return home from a vacation, you feel depleted and you're like, oh, I need a vacation for my vacation. I I returned home feeling completely restored. And I was traveling back during the World Cup, so I didn't get to see the game, but that's fine. I got,
Missed nothing
yeah,
at all.
I literally missed 0-0 the whole dang time, pretty much. Um, but it was beautiful. So I don't know. If I have any suggestions or advice for the people listening, it's if you're feeling that, if you're feeling that desire, that spark to, like reignite an old friendship or find some new friendships, do it. Just do it. Yeah, just do it. Just do it. We're not meant to be solo forever. Those solitary passages are important, but if you're feeling that you need more connection, this place is wonderful. Realize Radio is quite wonderful for that, the global community connection we have here, but having one or two people IRL, that's also very key. So I don't know. I'm seeing the beauty that it's been adding into my life of focusing on friendships, and if I could just share that with y'all, maybe someone else is feeling that, and just do it. How do you make friends? Just put yourself out there. Find something, whatever your hobby is, that's going to be it. My hobby was yoga. I put myself out there with yoga, hung little signs in the park. It's kind of cringe, but I did it. And I made some really wonderful friends from that. So, whatever you're thinking, maybe you do woodworking or knitting or whatever, tarot cards. Go out, set up a little table, do some pulls. Which brings us to Rambo. Did you make it to your
I,
psychic party?
I was too busy. I rushed yesterday.
What?
I was honestly, yesterday was my recovery day
Yeah.
from last week,
Oh,
basically. It was a
Okay.
crazy
Rambo went
week, and it
hard.
was just like bumping into friends and old friends. And the
Yeah.
next day, so it started off. We went out that night. Then the next day, it was like, oh, bumped into a friend. Oh, you coming out? Yeah. Then when we were out, seeing another from somewhere else. Yeah, let's go.
Rambo's Mr. Popular.
When it's yeah, but it's always alcohol involved. And like you say,
Hmm.
find something you enjoy. When I found something to enjoy, like which isn't. I went originally to there to just get out this my little apartment, and
Yeah.
then it became like, and I'm bumping into people I've not seen for years and stuff. And whatever I seem to do, always seems to bring like not bad. You know, alcohol is not good. Obviously, it's not good. But like even the gym, like when oh we meet friends at the gym, yeah, they're all on steroids and pushing steroids on me. Then that's how it kind of happened
Don't do it,
with my gym
Rambo.
journey. No, not no more. That's how
Hmm.
my gym journey, and I met friends from there as well, but they're still all on steroids, and just, a lot of people have had bad experience of that. Although there is no,
I don't think we should be
you
injecting ourselves. I think,
say there's no scientific fact that
yeah, I think
steroids do
needles
anything to you.
are a delivery system of another sort. I think that doesn't, yeah, I think pricking yourself in your skin over and over is no bueno.
Yeah, I need
Oh,
another hobby that I can go
diabetes.
maybe
I want
miss.
to come back to that at some point. Diabetes. I had someone ask me a diabetes question, and it's made me really start to think about diabetes. So we'll talk about that on another
Yeah,
show.
well, my dad had diabetes, and he reversed it. He believes he's reversed it
Did he have type
himself.
1 or type 2?
The one where
You
he
get it like
jab
later in life?
himself and test the blood on a thing,
That
and
might
then
be type 1.
he reversed it. He was here the other day, and he reckons he got it from what did he call them? Then tablets. When you hit over 40, they give you tablets here. What they call them now?
Are
Is
they
it?
for cholesterol or are they
I think so. What they
or
called?
heart?
Are they called stints or stuff? What's it called? It's gonna come to me in a minute, but they give you these tablets.
Statin? A
Statin.
statin?
That's the one.
Yeah.
And he stopped. So he believes he got diabetes through statin tablets.
I
And
believe
when he
it.
stopped taking them and changed his diet, so now he won't eat red meat, he won't eat certain things, and he eats really healthy, he doesn't drink alcohol, nothing anymore. And
Yeah.
he's now not got diabetes.
Well, okay, so there's diabetes 1, which we think is it can actually be diagnosed at any time. I don't really understand how this works, but like you can actually be diagnosed with diabetes 1 like in your adulthood, but it's something that you're born with. You don't it's not from like a diet based thing. So type 2 is something like you develop because of they say because out of out external influences, poor diet, blah blah blah. You can develop type 2. Type 1 is something more of like internal, but apparently it's an immune thing. Like your immune system is attacking your pancreas, is your pancreas is not producing any insulin. Like your body is just attacking itself, so it's
Yeah,
not
so the
doing its
insulin
job.
is what he
Yeah,
was
and so you got
jabbing
to
into his
you got to
stomach.
supplement
Yeah.
yourself with insulin. And the reigning theory, like literally all you can find about it on medical sources is it's irreversible. You can never come back from insulin ever. For type 1 specifically. Type 2,
I've
they say
seen
you can
it.
do it yourself, but type 1 is and because your body is like connect. But I'm like, if it's an immune attack situation, there's got to be a way to get to the bottom of the I don't even know what our immune system actually is. And I think it's very misunderstood. And we call it one thing, but it's really, anyway, I don't really, so I'm using the word immune system, but understanding that it has, I think, probably a different function that we've been taught and told. But and diabetes patients have to jab themselves every day. They constantly have to jab themselves. And we've talked about this with the COVID vaccine is needle injection spurs an immune response. It just does. Like your body reacts. Your body reacts to the injury. It's an injury to the skin. Your body is going to go, "What's up? What's going on over there? We just got jabbed. Let's go see what's going on." It's going to have a response. It's going to have immuno response. And so how can your immune system chill the fuck out and like let your body just do its thing if you're constantly jabbing it all day, every day, going, immune system, we need you. Immune system, on alert, get on alert. We need you. We're going to jab ourselves every day, all day. Sounding the alarm, using those needles. of course the immune system's going to go haywire. And so it's like, I just think I think that the treatment is continuing the problem. And so, and here's another thing. Since nobody asked, since zero people asked, I'm going to tell you another thing. Um, you know, I have never seen more sugar obsessed people than freaking diabetics. They're always sucking on candy bars and stuff. Oh, my blood glucose is low. Give me a candy bar. I'm like, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better, like, quick, give me some orange juice. Quick, get me a candy bar. Like, what? No, no, do something different. Like, this can't be your solution cannot be candy bars. Your
Yeah, that's
medical
why you can't
solution
reverse
cannot
it.
be exactly. I mean, every single diabetes person I've ever known, they've got a whole bag full of sugar on deck. The worst kind of sugar, highly processed sugar, truly candy. I'm like, why are you carrying around all that fucking candy? Oh, it's in case I have a glucose emergency. I can have my emergency candy. And it's like, I think that the candy's the problem somehow. Like, yeah, you think somehow your candy's your savior, but like this whole thing, I feel like we're not doing it right. This can't be the way. Jabbing yourself on one hand and shoving a candy bar in your pie hole in the other hand, like this does not seem medically sound. This does not seem medically sound to me. So again, I've said it once, I'll say it again. I'm not a doctor. I do not take medical advice from moi, please. But
There's other ways.
there's other ways. There has to be another way. And all the insulin that we take, it's synthetic insulin from one organization. It all comes from pigs. It all comes from pigs. And it makes me think of like religions that are like supposed to not have any sort of pork whatsoever. Well, what type of insulin do they use? They've got to use the pig insulin. That seems like it's odd or a weird something that shouldn't, something about it doesn't seem right. And the fact that it all comes from pigs, like what? I don't know. There's so many. The more I look into it, the more I look into diabetes and the insulin racket. And my grandfather had both legs chopped off due to diabetes. The sugar got him.
Where they're just feeding him sugar like that. But like with me dad,
Horrible diet.
He had no real like told how to do it or anything. Basically, he just kind of stopped eating and he lost loads of weight because he didn't know what he was supposed to eat.
He
He
did it
kind
the
of
old-fashioned way.
forgot. Yeah, and I feel like he
The
fasted
prisoners,
without realizing,
the
and it
prisoners
done
diet.
something,
Yeah.
changed his way. Honestly, he's like, I'd say he's lost 10 years off his age. He looks way better. He doesn't have diabetes anymore, and he just seems bigger and stronger than ever. Oh, and he's
That's a
like
way,
66.
that's a real hack. And it's difficult to do. It's so difficult to do. And we are cautioned against it in every single way. But that's the biggest hack is starve the system. Starve it. Starve it. Force it into emergency mode.
Like he's learned
Force
his
it to
own
reset.
diet.
Yeah.
Like he went from nothing. I don't think he ate for like a week. He lost so much weight. I was worried. And then
Mm.
all of a sudden now he's all tan skinned, all fresh everywhere, hair all gel. So like,
Your dad's
look,
got it. Andrew
it
Tate?
looks like
Is that you?
it looks like a 40-year-old from when
Hey
I was young.
now. Yeah.
Do you know
Hey
how they look
now.
different?
That's awesome. You and your dad are like gonna are y'all brothers? The
And he,
Tate
yeah,
brothers around
I'm,
town?
yeah, it's like I can't believe that he looks so well from just learning it, whatever he's done himself. Do you know, I don't actually know what he eats now, but I know it's nothing but everything he eats is like what he would say is healthy.
Yeah.
And he's always been like a pork lover, my dad. And my dad, oh, pork chops. I'm never someone who will eat a lot of pork
Mm-mm.
and
I never
pork
really liked
chops and
it.
that. Always been one of them. Now, I don't know if he's eating that now, but I know he eats a lot of chicken. He won't have a steak or anything like that. No spice as well. He doesn't like spice in anything no more. He's always been spicy, everything now. But it's all plain. Everything he has is just plain, basically. And he looks so well. I can't
Yeah.
believe he's turned it around from 5 years ago So now he's a
He was
different
he
man.
was having some health troubles. He was, and
Yeah.
he's turned it around. It sounds, I mean, he's turned it around so far. He's gallivanting around town in his new suit and
He
picking up the
is.
ladies.
Yeah, his new
There you
car
go.
is on his bike, and he does a lot of. He's always been a bike rider, and he's
Yeah.
still now riding his bike like riding better than me. Do you know, at his age now, he could outride me on a
Rambo's
bike
got some
100%.
competition.
At 66, and this is the thing: he spent his whole life drinking more alcohol than I've ever had ever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Did he cut that out
And
too?
don't drink at all. Not drank for about 5 years now.
Wow.
Doesn't do
I think I knew that.
anything.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
He
Good.
smoke. He smokes and smokes weed, but that's it. And he likes a bit of mushrooms now and again.
More
But
power
other
to
than
him.
that, nothing else. And he won't eat the mushrooms either. He will not eat them. He don't want. He drinks them through the
Interesting.
tea. So I give
Interesting.
him some the other day. He was like, "Oh, they were great. It reset my mind again." It's like he's like he's young, honestly. And I feel like I put it to whatever his diet was, which I am really bad at dieting. But he's changed his diet, and I don't think he's eating a lot still. But he looks like he is. Do you know what I mean? He looks well as
Yeah.
you can look for a 66-year-old. I haven't
You
got grey
know,
hair yet.
this is so interesting because it flies in the face of everything that we're ever taught with our nutrition and like where we need to be in an optimal state. But everyone's always like, rev up that metabolism. You need to boost your metabolism, increase your metabolism. Da, da, da. It's all about boosting metabolism. What we really need to do for longevity is slow our metabolism down, slow it down to a crawl. Because metabolism is the rate at which we metabolize ourselves. Like truly, our cells and ourselves. A fast metabolism means a short life. In the grandest scale, a increased metabolism means a decreased lifespan. An decreased metabolism means an increased lifespan. In the sum total of a cellular age for an organism, the slower the metabolism, the longer the life. The faster metabolism, the slower the reduction of life. It makes us age fast. A fast metabolism makes us age faster. A faster metabolism makes us die faster, which is crazy. Like, and the more you eat, the faster your metabolism is. The more you consume, it's like a runaway freight train. It's like a fast. It's a fire that needs to consume more. You keep shoveling food into the fire, and the fire rages, and the fire rages, and the fire rages. The fire burns. The fire is hungry. What we need to do is starve the fire. We need to starve the fire down to a tiny little ember. You know, keep that little ember alive, but it doesn't need to be a raging fire. And to do that it is less food. It's less food. It's far less than you think you need, and that is what your body is designed to be. You will age backwards. You will reset all of your systems if you just like go into. I'm again not a doctor. Don't take advice from me, but if you enter into a starvation mode for a relatively short amount of time, you can reset all of your systems, and then on the other side, your base requirement will be so much simpler. You don't need that much you're not as hungry, you're not as thirsty, you don't have the chatter. You can just live life. You're satisfied with small amounts. You have more energy. It's crazy what turns on, and like you look younger, you feel younger, you're sharper, your vision's improved. It's insane. It's insane what happens when we do kind of like the opposite of what we've been told. Like when we put our system in some sort of like actual distress a little bit. And so I've tried this. I've from in some ways I didn't realize what I was doing, experimenting on myself in my youth when I had some curious behaviors around food. We'll call it that. But what I was doing was, in a sense, I was training my system. I was training my system for understanding that would only be achieved in adulthood. And now I realize like I don't need all that much to be at an optimum state. I feel so much better when I'm on less. Anywho, now I'm starting to, so I've proven to myself with kind of like food, but now I'm the next frontier, and I have to be very, very careful about this one, but it's oxygen. I'm going to do everything that I can to try and reduce my requirement of oxygen naturally. And how do I do that? Just stop breathing often, often, and and I've started to do this throughout the day. I've just stop breathing and just see how long I can go. Instead of just a normal state of all day, every day, constantly breathing and never thinking about it, never even thinking. We don't think about breathing. We just do it, just constantly. Never not. You're never not breathing. Never. You're never not inhaling or exhaling. And if you are, there's something, you're usually caught by surprise or something. It's usually only momentarily that you stop. You're never not. And so I have just started to be mindful about exactly that, my constant breathing. And just a few times throughout the day, and it's becoming more and more and more as I become more and more mindful, I just stop and see. And I don't even do it on a big inhale or something. Like I don't even prepare okay, let me see how long I can hold my breath now. I just kind of wherever I am at the inhale or the exhale, I just go boop, no, just plug that up and see how long I can go. And then maybe one day I'll start to breathe through my skin.
We just had a mad sync just now as you're talking about not breathing. My mum's just texted me to say our family dog of 20 years has just died just now as you're talking about not breathing.
Oh my God.
How strange is that?
Oh.
So sorry, Mum. This is for you, this one. Like little
Did
Paddy
I
the Baddy.
kill your dog?
He's a 20-year-old Chihuahua, and I don't know how it's lived so long.
Oh.
Paddy the Baddy. But we added that part on after. Literally just now, Mum just sent me that. As you're talking about not breathing. How? So I'll give her a call after this. But yeah, that was I didn't really live there at that time, but I remember again, it's been in my life for 20 years. It's it was for 15 of those years, it's the most vicious dog you've ever seen in your life.
Fatty the Batty.
Never known a dog so vicious, really.
Biting them
its
ankles.
own family members and everything. When it comes to food and stuff like that around,
Yeah. No one is safe. No one is safe.
She's poor Paddy.
Poor Paddy.
I'll probably go and see her in a bit. Yeah, because he's been there for ages and
20 years. That's such a long time.
Years. People used to call him the zombie dog because he just looked that old, but was still running around the field everywhere. No problem with him. That's what my mum said. She's been saying it for a while. I don't think.
Oh my God, Rambo! You just reminded me of something. You said zombie dog, and in my okay, I just remembered a dream I was having last night, and it was a kind of lucid dream. Well, it was a lucid dream, and in my, I realized I was dreaming, and I said, "Find a mirror, find a mirror, find a mirror." So I found a mirror in the dream, and I opened up. I saw myself in a mirror in the dream, and I didn't have. I had eyeballs, but no irises, no pupils. I had irises like the ball, like the round circle, but I didn't have the black hole in the eyeball in my reflection in the dream. So I don't know what that means, but that's my dream self doesn't have.
And you remember it exactly like that.
Yeah, and when you said zombie dog, I pictured, how when dogs get the weird film over their eyes when they're really old and they have, that weird so that when you said zombie, it made me think of, because Tiny was starting to get those weird the eye thing at the end, and so I just pictured in my head, I pictured the zombie, I pictured your dog's potentially weird eyes, and then that gave me an immediate visual reminder of opening my eyes in the dream to see myself in the reflection and having weird eyes. They had a film over them, they were eyes, but they looked really different because they didn't have the black hole. They were just brown, because I have brown eyes, and so they were just a brown circle and no black hole at the center, and they kind of had a filmy look over them. But that was weird.
Have you ever had a dream where
I haven't had a lucid dream in a long time.
Something happens in your dream. So this happened to me the other day. It's actually in my notes, but I was going to say it for next time, but we may as well.
Might as well.
I got stabbed in my dream, right? In my bum cheek, though, right?
Oh, okay. And what are those dreams?
There was no pain, but I remember looking down in my dream and pulling out a butter knife. It was a butter knife, and I could feel it and I can still feel the feeling right now. And I think of how it felt in my dream pulling it out, like that stomach churning feeling, like.
Yeah.
But I can still feel exactly where it went in the side of my ear from my dream 3 days ago.
Interesting. Were you were you sleeping on some, like sometimes I take cherries to bed and I sleep on the cherry stems accidentally and I'm like, oh, I'm being stabbed.
No, that's what the
Says more
Google
about
came
me.
up. Oh, maybe he was sleeping on a bump or something. I
Mhm.
wasn't. I've checked. There's nothing there, and
Do you
I
have
can
any
still feel
visual?
it now.
Is there like
Nothing, nothing
a
visual, but I can
scar or
feel the
something?
coldness of the knife. It wasn't
Oh
the
my
pain.
gosh.
It
Okay.
was the coldness of the knife that I felt, and it's weird because I've been
Mm.
googling since, like how not that I should be asking Google, but it's the only place where you can
I
get
like
led to
asking
Reddit.
Google because I'm telling the Matrix, no, this is what I'm experiencing. I
Yeah,
like letting the Matrix know that I'm feeling some shit.
I
I'm
like that.
I'm curious
Reddit,
about it.
you get to see other people who might, oh, I've been stuck and I felt it for days. It's not that I'm feeling a pain. I can just feel exactly where it went
It's that tactileness of the dream.
there.
And that's another thing I've talked about this. I've only been lucid a few times, so that's why this like little thing last night, it feels really interesting to me because I really haven't been lucid all that many times. But the thing I usually do, which I didn't do this time, and like nobody told me go find a mirror. Nobody's ever told me that, but I did that in this dream.
First thing you did like
Yeah,
that.
I found a mirror, and as soon I looked, it was a wall mirror. It was like at a like a, if you're at like a clothing store, and like one of the there's like a mirror on a wall, and you can kind of see it and see how the stuff looks on you. But not in a dressing room, just like out in the middle of the room or whatever. Anyway, but that was the directive in my head. This time is go find a mirror. But usually my directive in these few lucid opportunities that I have had, because it's been so few, but usually my first directive, my first thought in the dream is find the closest physical surface. So I usually find the wall, or if there's a table in front of me, I put my hands on the table, but I'm always so just confounded, flabbergasted, befuddled. I'm so confounded by the physicality that I feel. Like the wall feels like wall. The table feels like table. The texture, the physicalness, like, and what you were feeling, like the cold of the metal of the knife, the tactile. Like for you, it's that physicality that feels so true, right? Okay, y'all, if a dream can feel physically real, and we know that for a fact, Rambo knows that for a fact, I know that for a
Feel
fact,
it now when
aren't
I
we in a
think of it.
dream? Is this so to this, you know? The table feels like table. The wall feels like wall. Same in a dream. How do we know this isn't a dream? If you are new to this concept, highly recommend HV's Life is But a Dream presentation on Rise Above Live, available for free. Few hours of this exact topic, life as a hyperlucid dream state that we are rendering as we go. Something to it. Something to it, Rambo. I like ending with little dream corner.
Yeah,
Y'all, it was to
we'll
see
write them
yourself without.
down.
Okay, but real quick, what would it mean? Okay, so the dream self doesn't have pupils. Are our pupils tied to conscious, like our pupils are what allows
To see the world,
to
isn't
see
it?
the
Really,
world.
that's
They're black holes in the middle of our heads, in our cave, our binocular orbits, orbital holes, which is the Plato's cave. Truly, light projected through our orbital sockets is the proverbial Plato's cave allegory. Truly, it's a very physical one-to-one situation. But yeah, the fact that my dream self doesn't have pupils, I'm going to be thinking on that for a while. You guys have any thoughts on that? Please tell me. I went into a lot of pupil exploration in the Oppenheimer movie review. So maybe I need to re-listen to myself on that. Anywho, okay, this was a good one, Rambo. Whew, here, there, and
yeah. Sorry
everywhere.
for starting off so crazy. I couldn't calm down. I had so much in my notes, I still didn't get it all out. But
Rambo
I
was
can't go.
giddy. He was
I can't
straight
go
up
back.
giddy. No, that was good. I think we all appreciate a little, some ants in your pants, a little boost, a little kick. What do I call it? A little boost in your step. Yes, a little pep in your step. That's what it is. That's what it is. We appreciate it. All right. I know there's a ton. Let me just do a quick. These are some things that were on my mind that I'm going to talk about later. Because again, we don't really make all that many notes. But I had a thing on teleportation as mirrors, as a series of mirrors. I want to talk about that because that goes to something in my childhood that I used to do. Um, um, I want to talk when you do your psychic thing. I want to talk about like musical
100.
psychic ability because I think that I have something with music. Like I can hear a song that I've never heard before and I know what's coming next. Like I mean it's only like it's just patterns. Like but I know what kind of like melodic I know what the next melodic steps will be. Very in any and every song I listen to if I've never heard it. Like okay, I was watching this new show with my friend and it had theme song music. I've never seen this show. I've never heard this song, but like I sang the end of the theme song as it was, and she was like, how did you know that? And I was like, I don't know. I've heard this song before, I guess. And she's like, well, it's for the show. Have you ever watched the show before? I was like, no. And I didn't think anything of it. Like I just assumed I'd heard the song before because I knew literally what the next bit was. I literally sang the end of the song. And it wasn't until after I was like, oh, I've been doing this my whole life. Like I just kind of know what's going to come next in songs. So, but I've never thought in my mind, I'm like, well, I must have heard the song before, or there's only if the note you're hearing is a B sharp, there's only a few melodic frequencies that can typically work with that B sharp, the escalation up or the escalation down. There's only a few options to get us to the next whatever. And maybe my brain just kind of intuits like what musicians would like calculate for melodical transitions and stuff. Or I have like a psychic ability with song. I don't know. But that was one thing. Like she was like, how did you know that? And I was like, I don't know. I just do. Anyway, so that's something. Couple more. I wrote down fridge cigarette. We'll talk about that. Coca-Cola just redid their branding. They underwent a totally new brand identity. And I noticed that their font is the Marlboro font from cigarettes. Like I'm very familiar with this font. I grew up with it. My dad smoked Marlboro Reds. My mom smoked Marlboro Lights. Marlboro is like, it's a very iconic brand. They have a very iconic font, and Coca-Cola just rebranded with Marlboro font. And I think it's a direct result of a Gen Z up and coming kind of trend was calling Diet Cokes fridge cigarettes. Have you ever heard that? Had you ever heard anybody refer to that? I guess it's an American thing, but like
Yeah.
Diet Cokes, I guess because they're like crispy and refreshing. I don't know. But like they were calling Diet Cokes fridge cigarettes. Fridge cigarettes. And that's been going on for about a year or so. And yeah, and then Coca-Cola, they rebranded with Marlboro font. And I'm like, this is a one-to-one. Like this has to be a response to this particular thing. Like what are the odds? What are the odds that they would be called fridge cigarettes and then Coca-Cola goes all in on cigarette branding? Something to it.
Talk about cigarettes next time as well.
Yeah, let's definitely talk about cigarettes. Yes.
Because I'd like to talk about like, obviously I didn't smoke cigarettes until I quit weed. So I just replaced the habit and just took the weed. That's when I started smoking, just to replace the weed. And maybe I need to, but I'm not going to be replacing it with a vape. I'd rather smoke a cigarette.
I am so surprised I don't smoke cigarettes because I grew up in a family where cigarettes were so glamorous. I've never seen a more elegant looking woman than my mom holding a Marlboro Light cigarette in her two little fingers while she's talking on the phone. And she's just taking these dainty little, like between conversation, and even while she's talking, she's exhaling these little tendrils of smoke, like a craftsman of the sport of smoking. Like she was so elegant in the way that she handled the cigarette. And then my dad smoked Marlboro Reds, and he smoked them like real manly and masculine. Like the way he held the cigarette was so fucking manly. Same device, literally the same prop. But the way that they both interacted with these props, like my mom was the epitome of glamour and femininity, and my dad was the epitome of like cool and masculinity. And how I do not smoke cigarettes is such a mystery to me because I had the most positive reinforcement of what cigarettes will make you so elegant. Cigarettes will make you so cool, and I try one and it makes me violently ill. And that's the end of that story. Because now, like, whenever I even get near a cigarette, I get nauseous and I'm like, oh, phew. So anyway, I'm thankful for that because I'm glad I don't smoke just for mindless addiction. But anyway, yes, I don't even think cigarettes are that bad for you. In the
That's why I
totality,
keep feeling like they're putting the prices up to where they're just unaffordable because they're
yeah.
too good for you.
Yeah, something to it. And nicotine, like I think cigarettes are kind of a flawed delivery system, but I think there's something really kind of magical potentially about nicotine itself as a nootropic, as like a folk. Anyway, these are all things for another episode,
Yeah, we'll get on
Rambo.
that next time.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll make some notes on cigarettes. I kind of half got some, but we'll go.
Cigarettes are actually coming back. Like there are so many kids smoking. I feel like vapes, those came and went. Those will be gone because kids are going back to the real thing, baby. But yeah, they're very expensive. So anyway, okay, for another time. All right, Rambo, great one.
Good one.
And
Paddy.
R.I.P. Patty. R.I.P. Patty. We'll miss
R.I.P.
you.
Paddy. Paddy
R.I.P.
the Paddy.
Talk soon.
Talk soon.